Hey, blessings. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I am Sparkle Robinson, the Destiny Coach. It's been a minute, all right? It's been about over a week now that I've been on video, but I wanted to come to you and just encourage you to press forward. Even if it looks impossible, I just want you to press. And the word that the Lord gave me for today comes from Matthew 7:14, and it reads, "Enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. But small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few will find it." Well, let me encourage you today. About a week ago, I went to Walmart to get some groceries, just to get a few things. And I had a baby with me, a baby that I watch sometimes during the week. And I had like a lot of things in the cart, and I was just ready to get out the store. The baby was getting sleepy. I was getting hungry, and it was just time to go. And so anyway, I went to go find a line to get into so that I can pay for my groceries. And I specifically heard the Lord tell me to go in this particular line. And when I looked at that line, it was really narrow. It seemed to be really cluttered. And the lady that was ahead of me, she had a lot of groceries, and I didn't want to wait. So even though I heard the Lord say, go in that particular line, I decided I was going to be disobedient. I'm just keeping it real. So I went to the next line because the aisle was wider. It was less groceries there. It was less cluttered and all of that. And then the cashier seemed to be going a little faster. But when I got in the line, it seemed like the cashier slowed down. And so I was just waiting and getting impatient. And then I heard the Holy Spirit say, "I told you to go to the next line." And I was like, oh, okay. So I went to the next line. And like I said, in that particular line, it was a narrow aisle, and it was all this stuff. It was cluttered. The lady ahead of me had a lot of stuff. Anyway, so she gets done and everything like that. And I heard the Holy Spirit say to me, "I want you to minister to the cashier." So when I got up there, I started taking my groceries out the cart and putting them on the thing so that, she could ring up my groceries. And I said hello to her, and she said hello, but it was kind of like with an attitude, like she didn't want to be there. And I heard the Holy Spirit say again, "I want you to encourage her." And I was like, okay, Lord, whatever you want me to say, just give it to me. Just open my mouth and allow me to say it. And at this point, I just wanted to be obedient, even though it seemed like everything was uncomfortable. The aisle was little, it was cluttered, the cashier seemed to have an attitude, all of that. So after she got done ringing up my groceries, I looked at her and I said, "I want you to be encouraged today." As soon as I said that, tears began to well up in her eyes. And then I just began to give her everything that the Lord gave me to give to her. And by the time the Lord was done speaking to her, she just had all these tears just on her face. And she said she was just trying to be encouraged. She was trying to go forward and all of this. And so it was like a 5-minute conversation. But in that conversation, I could tell that the Lord ministered to her, even through my discomfort, and even I was trying to be disobedient, like I told you earlier, but I had to obey because I knew that there was something in it for somebody else. And so today I want to tell you that regardless of what your destiny looks like, regardless of what's up ahead of you, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to seem impossible. It's going to look desolate. It's going to look lonely. It's going to make you look sometimes like you flat out crazy when God tells you to do something. It's not always going to be this comfortable road. It's not always going to be paved smoothly. It's not always going to have everything that you think your heart is going to desire. But I tell you, if you can be obedient, and if you can press through the rain, the dirt, the mud, the clutter, the naysayers, whatever, if you can press through it, there is a blessing for you and for somebody else on the other side. Trust and believe that your destiny, it's not only your destiny will not bless you 100% and not bless somebody else. Your destiny is for somebody else. So just like that day, I had to know that even in my discomfort, I had to go and minister to this woman. She seemed to be on her last rope. One of the things that the Lord had me tell her was, do not give up. And soon as the Lord said that, she said, I'm trying to press, but I can tell it was hurtful for her. So whatever her situation was, I trust and believe that God spoke into that situation. He could have kept her from taking her life that night. I don't know all the details, but I know that I had to be obedient to what God told me to do for somebody else. So for that day, that was my destiny. For that day, that was her destiny, to hear a word from the Lord. So regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what it looks like, choose the narrow way. Choose the way that's not comfortable. Choose the way that everybody's not going. Choose the way that is going to cause you to work harder. Choose the way that the Lord has spoken into. Choose the way that he's given breath to, that he's given life to. Choose that way, because narrow is the way. That is the way. It looks like it's going to be impossible. It looks like it's going to leave you alone. But at the end of it, there's a blessing for you. At the end of it, there's abundance for you. At the end of it, there is health for you. At the end of it, there is so many things that you can never, ever even imagine. So today, I want to encourage you to choose the narrow way, because the narrow way is the way that God is saying go. Matthew 7:14. God bless you. Blessings. God bless you. Have a great day. Remember, narrow is the way. God bless you.